And now we're down to our last speaker. And you know, we saved NA for the last because, you know, NA is our chosen pathway, right? So we always close all our retreats with NA, right? And because we weren't able to give our annual retreat where Consuela can spend the night outside, right? We couldn't do that this year, but this is what
forgot about that.
Consuela is never going to forget.
Y'all play too much. You and Mr. James and Buddy gonna come ride by and talk. So we see you tomorrow. I said, okay.
We're doing this speakers jam in place of it, and so our last and final speaker, and my personal recovery pathway. I got somebody to speak, who always, every time that I hear him speak, he has a really clear message of Narcotics Anonymous. He's really into the literature, and he's going to tell us about his story, his journey, and about how Narcotics Anonymous changed his life. And I'm really grateful that he was able to do this for us, because, you know, he's speaking all over the place. But with that, I'm gonna give you Dean.
I'm Dean. I'm an addict.
Hey, Dean.
Yeah, hey, hey, LaTanya. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this event. It's been an awesome event. I've been in and out, you know, all day. Heard the AA guy, the Muslim speaker, you know what I mean? And amazing seeing Consuela. I remember Consuela out in Anne Arundel County, South Shore Recovery, in fact. I spoke out there a couple of years ago, you know what I mean? And I had the opportunity to meet her, man. It's good to see her progress in her recovery. You know what I mean? Years later, still in the process, man. You know what I mean? Still enthusiastic. Still excited about recovery, man. It's always a pleasure when you see somebody come behind you. During this process. You know, it's good to see y'all, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of y'all I grew up with in recovery. You know, for meetings like Wednesday Wilderness, man, one of my regular meetings, you know what I mean? And y'all showed me how to recover, man. Y'all taught me meeting etiquette. You know what I mean? I knew, you know, to come in and try to listen to some folks. You know, even though it's a Saturday, you know what I mean? And I think what the pandemic has helped me with over the past 6-7 months is balance. You know, balance is something I always struggle with, you know what I mean? Because I've been so involved in my recovery, so involved in the fellowship. You know what I mean? Attending meetings, man, involved in service and stuff like that. In fact, I had a business meeting today with Wagner, you know, on Zoom, you know, and you know, and I wasn't a big fan of Zoom, man, but it's starting to rub on me a little bit. You know, I'm able to do what I need to do, you know what I mean, and I had a phone right there, you know what I mean, and listen to them drive down the street and still be a part, you know what I mean, of the meeting, the subcommittee meeting. You know, it's important that I stick to my commitments since I've been here, man. That's what y'all taught me. You know what I mean? To stick to your commitments. You know, I was having a wonderful day, you know what I mean? Woke up early. Got a haircut, you know what I mean? I've been dealing with the same barber for about 12 years. He raised me up, you know, cut me up a little bit, you know what I mean? Sent me out there shining. Went to the gym, you know what I mean, for about 2 hours, you know what I mean? Got in. Because it's important, man, that I take care of myself. You know what I mean? Because one thing about addiction, man, I don't necessarily need no crack to kill you. You'll use whatever it can to kill you if you don't take care of yourself. Now, I understand I'm recovering from a threefold disease, and I got to treat every area of my life in order to stay here, man. You know what I mean? What's important to me sometimes, man, is self-care, man. You know what I mean? This gift, this ain't for me. You know, I went to the gym. After I left the gym, took a shower, and was talking to my neighbors, you know what I mean? And how my neighbors, amazing how you start building relationships around here with people, you know what I mean? And I was talking to the old lady, she was walking her dog, you know what I mean? She said, you're mighty color coordinated and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Somebody, when you start recovering, you know, when I got here, I was an introvert. You know, I struggled with conversations when I first got here. Man, only thing I can say, man, is who got it? Where is that? How much you got? You know what I mean? You got some wax, you know what I mean? You got copper on your gun. I didn't know anything about having healthy relationships, man, with the neighbors, you know what I mean? And talking to the old lady, you know what I mean? I said, I need to get to see my aunt, you know what I mean? Because, you know, my aunt always tell me, she said, Dean, you know what I mean? Every time I see you, you bring me a lot of hope. You know, I got a son, he's 50 years old, he can't stop shooting dope. He up in my room, up in the room upstairs in my big pretty house out here. You know, I gotta move because he can't stop shooting dope. You know what I mean? All our family is gone as a result of the disease, man. You one of the only rated males in the family, man, that's doing what he needed to do in order to stay here, man. So I spent some time with my aunt, you know what I mean, and stayed around there for an hour and kicked it with her, you know what I mean. Came back, you know what I mean, and came to see my mother. In fact, I'm at my mother's house now. And, you know, it's like the theme of this thing, man, you know, finding the suit to fit you. You know, if you stay around long enough, you might get a suit that's a little bit bigger because you might grow into it. Especially when you get involved into the step process, man. When I started working steps, man, I started growing into my suit. Because I came here with so many phony images of who I was. You know what I mean? I never felt like I quite fit anywhere, man, until I came in Narcotics Anonymous. I remember like going to school, man, in elementary school as a little boy, man, in the 2nd and 3rd grade, man. And bushes was fashionable, man, going back to elementary school back then. And I would always go to school, man, with a bald head early on. You know what I mean? And the kids, man, you know, and kids are cruel. You know, and they would walk up to me, man, and squeeze my head and Dana Bean, look at Dana Bean. You know what I mean? And I really struggled with low self-esteem before I started using drugs, man. You know what I mean? I really struggled with images before I started using drugs, man. You know what I mean? My mother had me at an early age, man, and she thought she done the best she could with what she had. You know what I mean? She clothed me as good as she could, man. My mother made $17,000 a year. That ain't a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? I grew up in the heart of West Baltimore. You know what I mean? So I put on a lot of masks, a lot of characteristics, man, that damn near killed me until I came to Narcotics Anonymous. You know what I mean? I never liked, man, the clothes I wore. I never liked the action slacks, you know what I mean? I never liked the AMP shoes, the half plastic ones, man. I never liked the lime green, that dashiki, you know what I mean? Kids sitting in the back, man, in class. Look at Preacher, man. Look at Preacher, man. Look at his tennis shoes. Look at his tennis shoes. Look at his slacks, you know what I mean? I got a bully, man, you know what I mean? Look, my first drug of choice was anger. Look, fear motivated me for a long time, man. I remember walking to the school in the morning, man. You know what I mean? The store called Bus Stop in Emerson Village, right off Woodington Avenue, man, in Cranston. It was called Bus Stop, man. You know what I mean? I went to school, my lunch ticket, you know what I mean? It was always these little boys, man. It was like 3 brothers, man. I couldn't stand them little motherfuckers. They would be out front of the store, posted up, man, shaking everybody down, man, for their clothes, their candy, whatever you had of value, your lunch tickets, man. They would be out there shaking you down all the time, man. You understand what I'm saying? So I remember at a very early age, man, before I started smoking weed, before I started sniffing dope, before I started drinking, man, I'd be in the morning, in the mirror in the morning, trying to look tough as I can, man, mugging the mirror, man, you know what I mean, in the 3rd or 4th grade, man, you know what I mean, changing myself, man, something about like my disease worked inside out, man. I think God just used the dope, man, to bring me closer to him. It was something that they used to bring me closer to him, man, to help me deal with my real inner issues. There's some issues, man, inside of me, man, growing up, man, that I would never dealt with, man, until I came to Narcotics Anonymous, man. When I got to Narcotics Anonymous, man, I understood, man, Narcotics Anonymous, man, was the place that I fitted in, man. You know what I mean? I had to go nowhere else, man. You know, open the other fellowship and stuff like that, man. But I ain't had to go nowhere else, man. I knew I fit right here, man. You know what I mean? This was the first place, man, when I walked in, man, you know what I mean? There was nowhere else to go on a block, man, when I got here. Nowhere else to go. Right? I remember early age, man, I gave up on school, man. 5th grade. Stopped going to school. Stopped playing with guns. Park Heights and Woodland became a lot more attractive than going to school. You know what I mean? Try to sell dope on Park Heights and Woodland. One thing about the disease of addiction, man, a monkey can't sell no bananas. You know what I mean? Came around and you know, went to my mother's house one day, you know what I mean, after, you know, this totally disrespecting my grandmother, man. You know what I mean? I used to come outside my grandmother's house, man, sell burn bags, man. I used to come outside my grandmother's house, man, rob the first folks got raw dope. You know what I mean? I used to totally disrespect my grandmother, man. You know what I mean? And I remember like coming home to my grandmother's house one day, man, they were sitting there, you know what I mean? And In fact, we call it a group conscience. I got an aunt that was out in Silver Spring, man. You know what I mean? She would always try to get me to move out Silver Spring with her. And I think that might have been the worst thing I ever done. Because my grandma said, you can't stay here no more. I can't leave you this house, man. You caught up. You know what I mean? You got to move out Silver Spring. Right? I think that was the worst thing I'd done, man, was move from Park Heights and Woodland to Langley Park. You know what the fuck? Park Heights and Woodland to Langley Park. Merrimack Avenue, some goddamn where. You know what I mean? I had a worse battle, man, in Langley Park than I ever did in Baltimore City, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't see, man, little crack. Something about crack, man, that will accelerate your process, man, to your bottom, man. You know what I mean? No matter how long I tried to fight this thing, man, you know what I mean? I would battle with this thing, man, you know what I mean? I wouldn't surrender, man, you know what I mean? I knew I had a problem for a long time, you know what they said, I could be prayed over, counseled, right? Until the addict is ready to stop using, that's when he'll stop using, man. I remember being trapped in Langley Park in a room, caught up, right? Got locked up out there, man. When I got locked up, it was like I got rescued. Yeah, I know about 7 locks. I know about, what do they call it? Upper Marlboro, housing using too, and all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? And I remember like even coming through 7 locks, man, 7 locks was like a vacation resort to me. And Constantly, you right, you know what I mean? Still side may be the worst experience, man, you can ever go through. You know what I mean? But something about addiction, man, for a long time, man, I got comfortable being uncomfortable, man. I got comfortable, man, sleeping at 90 degrees, man, 100 degrees, man, on a wing with one fan going over still side. You know what I mean? I got living like that, man. I thought, man, I was going to die like that. Man, I was 7, my mind was staying for a little while. So I might want to stay out here for a little while because it was so sweet out there, right? And I remember like being locked up, doing a tour, man, coming home, man, you know what I mean, getting locked up again, you know what I mean? I'm out in the DC area, you know what I mean? I'm locked up and I'm doing all the push-ups, I'm doing all the pull-ups, I'm running the yard, you know what I mean? I'm getting cut up, you know what I mean? All that stuff, man, you know what I mean? And after being locked up for a long time this time, you know what I mean? And I still had that reservation. I can come out and done what I did before. You know what I mean? Still had that mentality, man. Still had a prison mentality, man. After being locked up all that time, man, and getting in real good shape and doing cardio and pull-ups and dips and all that stuff, man. I still had that reservation. I can get on off the capers and show them how good I look after being locked up all that time. And that's what I done, man. I went down capers and I showed them how good I look. They said, yeah, face, you look real good. Here, take this package. Right? And I don't know about nobody else, man, but I don't give up no testers. I am the tester. After being locked up all that time, man, I took that first hit of dope. I took another hit of dope. I took another hit of dope. You know what I mean? I said, you need to come on, let's get some crack. Let's go 50 and get some crack. I remember getting some crack, man, and I was smoking crack with the homeless people. Right? And at the end of the night, it was like 10 o'clock at night, the homeless people started going home. I was the only one who ain't had nowhere to go. I don't know if you ever hit a bottom like that, but you done got the whole strip high, the bums high, and the homeless people start leaving your ass. You ain't got nowhere to go, man. I'm looking around, man. The homeless people going off in the woods, man, and I'm stuck on Southern Avenue and Central Avenue. Like, damn, where am I going at, man? Damn, you became a bum in 5 days, man. You became a bum. You know what I mean? Nowhere to go, man. There was a little addict running around there. It was running people. They said, come with me, man. I go to an abandoned house on 58th Street, man. I never knew it would get me this bad, man. I ain't never know the disease, man, would take me there, man. It wasn't nothing pretty about my bottom, man. When I got here, man, it was straight out of desperation. In fact, they called it a gift of desperation, man. It was something about a good up close and personal Timberland ass whooping that the disease got me, man, to humble my motherfucking ass, man. I was never humble about nothing. I've never been in elementary school. I've never been in elementary school, right? There was this little guy in elementary school. He was special. He was a little retarded, right? And I always slept on him. It's like I slept on a disease. I always slept on him. And one day he was reading, and every time he would read, man, I would make fun of him, and mock him as he read. And one day I made fun of him, and he turned around and picked me up and body slammed me out the chair, man, and whipped my ass. The retarded dude stomped me out, man. He whipped my ass in about 2.5 seconds. Whipped the shit out of me. That's the same thing the disease done to me, man. When I got out of prison, man, it whipped my ass, man, in about 2.3 seconds, man. It took me some places I never thought I'd go. Man, you ever got a good ass whipping where you got your ass whipped so motherfucking bad? When you come outside, they say, how many niggas fucked you up, yo? Was it about 10 of them? Did you get one punch in? God damn, look at your motherfucking eye. You fucked up. Look how them goddamn knots on you. God damn, that's what the disease done to me, man. Within 5 days, man, all the muscles was gone. You know what I mean? I was skinny walking around like this, you know what I mean? Was going moon flush all like this, you know what I mean? It was a good, thorough ass whipping. Good, thorough ass whipping. Unbelievable ass whipping. When them ass whippers say, damn, bro, if I see that nigga again, I'm going to the other side of the street. I ain't running off that package anymore. I remember that ass whipping. That was the last thing I was thinking about was using when I got this motherfucker. That was the last thing I forget, man. Look, anything that happened in this process, man, I ain't gonna use, man. I already know what the end result will be if I use, man. I ain't going back to that motherfucking that stairway that off the cables, man. I ain't going back to that, man. Right. Shorty took me to the damn empty house, man, on Southern Avenue, 58th Street. I'm laying there with a whole bunch of bums and shit. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers' feet sticking in that bitch, man. You know what I mean? Rats running around there. There's broken needles around there, man. Crack stems around there. You know what I mean? I'm just looking around. You only been on 5 days, man. How the fuck did you get here, man? I never thought, man, I would be there so quick, man, within 5 days. I remember waking up the next morning so disgusted, with all the promises that I broke, man. I'm going to see my grandmother. I'm going to see my mother, man. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to do the right thing this time. You know what I mean? Look, good intentions, all the good intentions of the world, right? But somebody, a reservation, man, that will rob you of your recovery. I had that reservation, man. I didn't know what it was then, man. I thought it was going to show me how good I look. Somebody, a reservation, man, that'll rob you of your recovery. Right? Next day, man, I get up, man, I just start walking. I didn't know where I was going. I was ill. In 5 days, I had a dope habit. It don't take long to get a dope habit. In 5 days, man, I was ill. I walked on Minnesota Avenue and Bennett Road. You know what the Payless 2 store is on Minnesota Avenue and Bennett Road? I'm out there amongst a whole bunch of dope fiends, man. Everybody hopeless, man. You know what I mean? Everybody ill. Everybody trying to get on. You know what I mean? And some people getting on, man. I'm sitting out there, man, fresh out of prison, man. Still got my commissary sweatpants on, man. Still got the Tim that was rocking side to side. I still got my commissary shirt on. You know what I mean? I'm sitting on the steps, man. 5 days later, man. Ain't been home, man. Ain't took no bath. None of that shit, man. I'm sitting on Minnesota and Bennett Road, man. I got a dope habit, man, within 5 days, man. My bones grinding out there. My bowels breaking, man. I'm catching cold sweats, man. I'm in a hopeless state, man. I don't know what to do. 3 Jehovah's Witness ladies walked up to me out of nowhere. All them dope fiends on Minnesota Avenue. 3 Jehovah's Witness ladies walked up to me. They said, young man, can we say a prayer for you, young man? And I've never been a religious dude, and I damn sure never been a spiritual dude. But something about, man, when you hit that bottom and that humility come in, and they put their hands on me, and they began to pray. As they got finished praying, they said, young man, something got a stronghold in your spirit. We can't help you. And they left. And they walked away and left, man. The Jehovah, when they walked away and left, man, I felt real hopeless, man. They walked away, we can't help you. You know what I mean? And look back in hindsight, that was my last day using, man. That prayer, man, and the prayer we said at the end of the meeting, man, was the prayer that brought me in here, man. You know what I mean? I remember like getting up, man, looking on the ground for transfers, man, because right then I knew I needed to go to detox or something. I'm on the ground looking for transfers. I ain't had no money to get on the bus, man. I just hope, man, somebody would give me a transfer. I gotta find a transfer, man, to get on a bus, man. You know what I mean? I remember finding the transfer, man, getting on the bus, man, sitting in the back of the bus, man. You know what I mean? I took a bath for 5 days, still the same clothes on. I had to open up the window, man, because I was thinking that bad, man. People was getting up and leaving, man. You know what I mean? I remember at the end, man, trying to sell some Dove deodorant, man, you know what I mean, some Dove soap and some secret, whatever you call deodorant, man, to the lady on the subway. They said, young man, you need to keep that shit for yourself. I cussed that ass out from Georgia and Park Road all the way to Anacostia. I was an angry dope fiend. Right. I remember getting on that bus, man, you know what I mean, just on a blind shot, man, you know what I mean, and I got here, man. You know what I mean? I got to a treatment facility. I started going to outside meetings, man, from that treatment facility. My first NA meeting was called Savage Survivors. It was an all-white biker meeting. There were no black people. There was a few black people in that treatment that was really mad, but I couldn't identify with them, right? There were a bunch of black people. There was an all-white biker meeting, man. Automatically identified, what the fuck am I doing here with these goddamn bikers, man? They don't know my pain, you know what I mean? Them niggas ain't from West Baltimore. They don't go hard like me, you know what I mean? I remember sharing that crazy shit. The first thing I shared in the meeting, man, I'm dealing with it. I don't like none of you motherfuckers. At the end of the meeting, Jim said, hey, Dean, would you like to pass out the key tags? It was a spiritual experience. And what I'm saying, no matter what I said or what I look like, man, them people had judged my desire to stay clean. Every Sunday, we would go to that meeting at 7:30 in front of 100 people. Everybody had to get up, man, because they asked me to give out the key tags, man. They asked me, man, they made me a part of that group, man. I felt a part of, man. You know what I mean? I started the journey of finding my suit, man, right here in Narcotics Anonymous, man. Narcotics Anonymous is the suit that fit me, man. I ain't used in almost 18 years, man. I ain't even thought about using it almost 18 years, man. You know what I mean? And Jim would have me come up there every Sunday. Hey, Dean, I'll be in the back of me, in front of me, wherever I was, man. Hey, Dean, come up, pick up the key tags, man. Every Sunday, I get in front of that, all them people, all them bikers. Anybody got 30 days clean? Who got 60 days clean? Who got 90 days clean? Who got 6 months clean? Who got 9 months clean? Who got a year clean? Who got 18 months clean? Any multiples, the most important person. 24 hours to desire for a new way of life, man. You know what I mean? That was the thing, man, where I started finding myself here, man. I remember time to get that 90 key tag. It took all the courage I could muster up to get that key tag, man. I always had heart. I never had no courage, man. I always had heart to do something crazy, man, to get some goddamn drugs. But it took courage, man, to walk my low self-esteem, so set fear ass from the back of the room to the front of the room, get that key tag, man. Back then, man, Narcotics Anonymous, man, was so invited, man. You come, we knew you by your first name, man. It was personal for us, man. We encourage you to get better, man. I'm gonna walk in and get that key tag, and I must have the courage to get that key tag. Got to the front of the room. They was out of key tags after all that goddamn work to get my ass up and get that key tag. I put a resentment with the group. That motherfuckers don't go to area service. You know what I mean? You don't got 90 days clean time. Motherfuckers ain't going to area service. It's amazing, man, how we will learn traditions when we get a resentment. All you need is a coffee pot and some literature, right? Now my mom's walking back to the recovery house off of Main Street. Old white biker guy named Bob Bell. He's struggling with health issues now. I still love him. He became like a father figure to me. Bob followed me all the way out the meeting and to the parking lot. And he said, Dean, he said, come here. He said, give me a hug. And when he hugged me, man, it was like the first time I felt unconditional love, man. You know what I mean? He hugged me. He said, look, man, I got my personal 90-day key tag. I'm going to give it to you. I want you to have it. Here, take my personal 90-day key tag. There's something about, man, when somebody give you personal stuff of theirs, man. I remember before Artie passed, because I was there when Artie passed and through his transition, And Artie gave me some NA bill to remember him by. I still got it. When he gave it to me, I started crying. I remember calling Artie before he transitioned because we see people transition around here, man. It's a part of recovery, man. He said, Dan, I need to see you, man. I got terminal cancer, man. I only got about a day left. I remember going out there, and he gave me some memorabilia, man, you know. So I remember Bob hugging me, man, and giving me his personal 90 key tag. At that point, I began to understand, man, diversity is the backbone of this program. You don't know God gonna work through, but the same thing that damn it killed you won't save you. You know, that was the attraction rather than promotion. You know what I mean? It's like God put this man in my life, man. Just at that moment, man, that had me completely bind to the process, man. That had me completely start buying to Narcotics Anonymous, man. Because I had to go through Narcotics Anonymous and the group before I got to God, man. Because I didn't have a relationship with God, man. But the group, man, was the ones that was holding me up, man. Y'all let me stand up on y'all shoulders, man. You know what I mean? And walk me across the water, man. The group always held me up, man, since I've been here. I got everything that I got in my life, man, since I've been here almost 18 years, man, through Narcotics Anonymous, man. Literally everything I got right here through this fellowship, man, that helped me get everything that I got. Right? Start buying into this. I'm in a recovery house with my old lady, man. She in AA. Right? She became like a mother to me. She was real nurturing. She had one of those spirits. She ain't had to say a whole lot, but her spirit would grab you in. She showed a lot of unconditional love. She fed me on Thanksgiving, man, because I couldn't go back home to my family, man. You know, I'm in my mom's house now, but back then I couldn't go to my family when I first got home. I burned every bridge that I had. You know what I mean? They ain't want here, you know what I mean? You're going to stay clean. It took them motherfuckers 5 years to believe, man, that I was going to stay here. I got 18 years clean. I still ain't got a key to my house. I ain't never stole nothing from it, but I stole a piece. You did? But look, Letty would feed me, man. She would nurture me, man. She was a real spiritual woman. She said, Dean, I understand you got a relationship with the group, but you need to develop a relationship with higher power. Start praying. Let's practice prayer. And in fact, when we come down for dinner tonight, I want you to say the grace. And I'm kind of rebellious when you try to make me do something. You let me do it on my own. Don't make me do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I come downstairs and she's like, Dean, now, can you say grace for us? And I look at her like, man, I ain't saying that shit. But it was cold outside. There's something about it was cold. It's probably about below zero out there. I know if I didn't say grace. I see now I take it demonstrate. I'm going to get them bags and you get the fuck up out if you don't say grace. That's how they was demonstrating. I said, let me say grace. God is grace. God is good. You know what I mean? Just practicing prayer. Just started practicing prayer, man. I just started to develop a relationship with a higher power. I didn't know what I was doing, man. I was just practicing prayer, man. When I got here, man, they called it good orderly direction, man. It was something I had to build on a relationship with a higher power. You know, I had to continue to pray, continue to practice, man. Go to meetings, man. My first home group was a 1, 2, 3 step meeting. We met every Sunday at 5 o'clock down on Main Street with the bookstore, man. So every Sunday, man, I would hear 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Got a sponsor, man. Started writing the steps, man. Started applicating the steps, man. And back then, man, the groups was real strong back then. The groups were strong. If you shared on the step that you ain't worked back then, they would tear your ass up. The whole group would give your ass some help. They would help you demonstrate some humility. You wasn't coming out of meetings, man, spitting up on our group, man, you know what I mean? And sharing on the step that you ain't working with your sponsor, man, undisciplined like that, man. Sponsorship was the key, man. Home group was the key, man. Our whole area was strong, man. Silver Spring was strong. Laurel was strong. Greenbelt was strong, man. We had strong recovery out there, man. We had grassroots recovery addicts out there, man. You know what I mean? That helped you out there, man. That's what we done, man. We weren't no recognition to help you in recovery, man. We were just there for you. I remember Jonathan and Dwight would sit out the meetings, man, hours, man, after the Friday night 10 o'clock meeting at the bookstore. You know what I mean? It's called Keeping It Real, man. Jonathan and Dwight, man, would sit out there hours with us, man. Listen to me and Mike share that crazy shit, man. And they shake their hands and say, yeah, I understand, you know, yeah. Our meetings were strong, man. That's why I miss our physical meetings, man. But you gotta evolve with this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You just can't stay stuck just because you can't go to physical meetings and see people like that. You gotta evolve with recovery, man. You know, because the disease is still evolving, man. It's still come at your ass, man. They don't care about no goddamn pandemic, man. They don't need no pandemic to kill your motherfucking ass, man. Only thing you need to do is to distract from your recovery, man. And this bitch will slow walk you to your grave clean. They use whatever they can. Sex. Use whatever it can, shopping, shit. my credit score has went up 125 points over the past 6 months. You know what I mean? My credit went from, it went from looking at it like, God damn, to, okay, too fast, now good. There's something about addiction, you know what I mean? Addiction, you know what I mean? Addiction to say, damn, if you got a good credit score, you know what I mean? Maybe, you know, the credit union say you can get another car at the low finance rate, man. Maybe you can go get another car. You're only 2 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? You just coming out of debt, you know what I mean? It's amazing how $70,000 is a high cost for low self-esteem. I'm always trying to fill that void with something, man. If I'm not connected with y'all, man. I always gotta like get a commitment around here, man. My home group, man. I always gotta check in with people, man. I always gotta pray, man. I always gotta try to fill that void, man, with something spiritual in nature, man. You know what I mean? Because the disease is always waiting for me, man. You know what I mean? Not to be vigilant around here, man. With 18 years clean, man, he's still around. He ain't going away. He's standing in my thinking. Yeah. So, you know, I ain't getting no damn car. I'm gonna ride this one till the wheels fall off. That's what I'm gonna do. Be financially responsible. That's what I'm gonna do. Took a long journey to get here, right? So the old lady said, stop practicing prayer, D. Stop practicing prayer. I failed on my first job application because of my record. Of course, I told you I've been out of prisons, penitentiaries, all that my whole life. I tried to lie on the application. I stayed on the job 2 weeks after I lied on the application. I thought I had it. You know what I mean? I lied. You know what I mean? Oh, you know, I always thought I was controlling everything, man. You know what I mean? Self-will was normal for me, man. I've done wrong for so long. Wrong seemed to be right, man. You know what I mean? Restoration's a long road for me, man. I got to go back to the original form, man. There's some work I got to do in order to get there, man. The second step don't say God would. It say God could. So take some action behind that could. Sometimes, man, you gotta hurt around here in order to grow. Sometimes you gotta hurt around here, man, in order to practice surrender, man. Sometimes you gotta like go through some things, man, where you become willing to let go. Even when you got to call about someone, motherfucker, you become willing to let go. Right? Stayed on the job 2 weeks. People call me to the front and shit, embarrassed the shit out. They call me to the front. They ain't pull me to the side. These motherfuckers call me to the front of the building with a clipboard in front of all the employees with his last. They was arguing with that shit. With his last cross talking about, yeah, if you didn't lie on your application, I might have kept you. Now you lied, I gotta let you go. I looked at that motherfucker, I was fucked up. I thought that was the best I was gonna do my entire life. And what I'm saying is, man, my vision is so limited, man, when I get here, man. My vision is a apartment, you know what I mean, with some brand new tennis shoes and a fresh cut. My vision is so limited to when I get here, man. I can't see God's will or some things I gotta work through, man, in order to get God's will, man. Because my vision, look, the second step say, man, as addicts, man, we tend to live what we believe, man. My belief system was messed up, man. I had to get with y'all, man. Hear hope from y'all, man. Hey, y'all talking about going through school, man. Hey, y'all talking about opening your own business, man. I had to hear y'all doing some things, man, or to give me some hope, man, because my vision was limited, man. My belief system was messed up. That helped shatter my belief system around here, man. And I started challenging myself, man. You know, I remember like getting fired and coming to the bookstore and sharing a lot of my application, man. A little white boy had 14 years clean at one point. He's sitting in the meeting, man. I know who he was. I always speak to him. How you doing today? He said, Dane, my daddy owned the biggest union sheet metal company in the United States. Hey, just take his phone and get a try, man. All you gotta do is tell him that I told you to call and you got a job automatically. And I looked at him. He was like a bum on Martin Luther King Avenue begging for quarters. Dirty, stinky, ain't have nothing, hair long, straggly. One thing about this process, I can't pick and choose who God will put in my life, man, to help me get to the next level, man. One thing about this, man, you can't hear from God when you listen to yourself. It's impossible to practice humility when you're still arrogant and self-righteous. So one Friday, it ain't nothing going on, and I picked up the phone. I called the sheet metal spot, and the old man answered the phone. He said, come on up to my shop. We're in Beltsville. I walked up from Lowell to Beltsville, right? It's probably about 4 mile walk. Walked up there, got up there. It was a shop the size of a football field. He had men in Florida working, North Carolina working, DC working, Baltimore working, Virginia working. You know what I mean? Tractor trailers, straight trucks, box trucks. Like when I got there, I knew I hit the number, man, when I got there, man. You know what I mean? Because they was talking about federal credit unions, man. They was talking about having regular bank accounts, man. They was talking about having 2 cars, you know what I mean? They was talking about having some attainable things, man. And I'm looking at this shit, and the old man came out there. He had 36 years in their age, man. When he came out there, he had the thick-ass stinky diamond on. He had the slick-ass slacks on. He had a nice shirt on, the tie on, you know what I mean? Little short dude. You know what I mean? He walked out there. He said, "Did you help my son in his recovery?" I said, "Yes." Look at your grandfather. You got a job for life, and walked off. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I couldn't understand, man, when I met that little guy, man, he got me that job there. That was the suit that started to be for me, man. That was the suit that started to fit me, man. Right? But there was some work I had to do in order to fit into that suit, man. You know what I mean? Because look, one thing about this thing is, man, you can stay stuck around here, man. You know what I mean? Complacency, man, this don't come, man. You know what I mean? Just because you ain't going to meet no more, you get complacent in your step work around this bitch, man. You know what I mean? I'm always going up the hill, man. You know what I mean? There's some work I got to do, man, in order to fit that suit, right? So, the old man gave me a job, said, you know, start work tomorrow, right? And I would walk to work, you know what I mean, every day, and they'd ride past me at work. You know, it's like when you first start going to meetings, man. You walk in the street, the meetings, motherfuckers, they don't know your motherfucking ass. You got to build some relationships. I could ride, we don't know you. And they would ride by, you know, and I'd get to work, you know what I mean? But the men respected me walking to work, you know what I mean? And I would go out there, get there an hour early, man, you know, load trucks, man, go out to Grammy work, go out in the field, man, work after sun. You know what I mean? Being in shops, sweeping floors, all that shit, man. You know what I mean? Doing the hard work, you know what I mean? Same thing around here, man. You don't start from the top. So you got to work your way up top, man. You got to work through this thing, man. Something you got to work around this motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Something you got to put some effort into. God to move the mountain, but you got to bring the shovel. Right? Start going there. You know what I mean? The old man say, "Man, you're a hell of a worker." Superintendent said, "You're a hell of a worker." My immediate foreman said, "You're a hell of a worker." They said, "If we want what we gotta do what we do, man." That's what I was doing, man. I was doing what they done, man. I done the best to do what I could do. I tried to learn how to operate everything I could do. But they said, "You know what? The only thing about this industry right here, then you ain't gonna make no money unless you go back to school. You could be the hardest worker if you want to be, man. But the only thing you're gonna make is about $22 an hour. You're gonna make some money in this industry. You gotta go back to school, man. You know what I mean? Learn everything you need to learn, man. You know what I mean? In order to start making some money around here." Right? And I started the process of going to school. I knew so many things was hindering me going to school. You know, I remember being a math champion in Baltimore City, man, before I started getting caught up in all that stuff, man. You know, I remember being a bright kid, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, and there's something about, man, this process, man, you know, I mean, the little boy will show up. I don't give a fuck, you buy a brand new car, brand new truck, brand new shirt, still had 1976 stuck on your back. I remember being in a class, man, and the little boy, man, that struggled with math, man, the little boy that was always scared, man, the little insecure guy that was always scared to talk to girls, man, you know what I mean? You did was challenged, man, self-centered fear, man. Always paralyzed you, man. It was never the message that I told y'all. It's the message that I told my goddamn self. I've been locked up in a whole bunch of different prisons, but the worst was my own goddamn mind. Y'all gave me the keys to get free from that mental prison. I'm not saying the insecurity, man. I had to go back, man, to 605 North Augusta, man. Go knock on the motherfucking door. Can little Dean come out? I had to grab that little motherfucker out. Grab little Dean out. Say, little Dean, it's just your insecurity and low self-esteem. It's a fact that you feel, but that's not fact. Develop a relationship with God. Start praying. Start moving past them insecurities, man. You know what I mean? And things started happening. You know what I mean? Started selling at what I had done, man. I learned how to do everything because I started at the bottom, man. I've been at that job 18 years, man. I can see anything that they got on that job. It don't faze me because I already done that shit. I'm a veteran at that job, man. I've been in my own department at that job, man, for the past 12 years, man. You know what I mean? I worked my way from the top to the bottom, man. I'm not like facing my fears, man, facing my insecurities, man, going through school, man, becoming a foreman, man. You know what I mean? Now I'm a union representative and all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? They voted me to get there, man. In order to find your proper suit and you get to fit into, man, that means you got to go inside and do some work to go into that suit. I outgrew my goddamn suit, man. Goddamn, I'm glad I got one, man. You know what I mean? That's about 2 sizes too big. I had to grow into that suit, man, and find what suit to fit me. It's more than just the drug use. If you don't get the drug use, we'll find a suit that fits you. It'll be in a motherfucking casket. I've been to a lot of funerals around here, the men who wouldn't surrender. They found their suit in a motherfucking casket. You know what I mean? I've been to a lot of funerals around here with men who wouldn't surrender, put everything before they recovered. You weren't a dad before, but now you want to be the model motherfucking dad. Now you want to be you want to be all this shit. You know, you put everything in front of your recovery, man. Put your recovery first and let things fall into place, man. Let God orchestrate your life. When I got here, man, y'all told me the truth. I remember being on top of an attic, man, casket, man, that used one more time. I sat over top of him. I ain't had no guilt. Because I told him the truth, man. I'd rather tell you the truth, man, than flatter you. And I wish I would have told you the truth. Right? Went to that job, man. Started making top dollar. I never made no motherfucking $45 an hour. I never made no money like that. I never worked overtime for 8 years in a row, man. I never made no money like that, man. I never had no pension plan, man. I never had no health insurance, man. I never had none of these things, man. I'm telling you, man, I had to learn to live with money I was getting so much, man. You know what I mean? Buying brand new trucks, you know what I mean? Like it was nothing, buying the 2010 SS Monte Carlo, then getting a big ass truck, you know what I mean? They get another truck, you know what I mean? Because they had 87,000 miles on it. That's good, another truck. I had to learn how to live with money. You know, get another truck, put the 24s on the motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? I had to learn how to live with money, man. I never lived with money before, man. Things going good, you know what I mean? Got the little son, man. I done got custody of my son. He living with me, man. Things going good. Got my son involved in wrestling, man. Got my son involved in all the activities, man. Going up to the school, I'm a productive member of society, you know what I mean? I'm going there dealing with the teachers, man. You know what I mean? They asking me, Mr. Farrar, where's the mother at? And I never talked bad about my baby mother in front of my son or to them teachers. I said, she can't make it right. Look, anybody with low self-esteem can beat you up while you already down. It takes courage and humility, man, to have empathy for people, man. It takes some work in order to have some empathy with people, man. You know, there's some work I gotta do with myself around here. I'm in the gym today, right? And it was this dude, man, I used to be cool. He's my man at one point, right? He started fucking with one of my homegirls. I grew up with him, man. I never had sex with the girl. It's my homegirl, man. We grew up together. We used to play catch one, catch all. You know what I mean? You know, we used to play in the alleys together. I knew her my whole life, and it was this girl, right? And once she realized that I knew her, automatically, the nigga stopped speaking to me. Nigga stopped speaking to me. You know what I mean? I wanted to, you know, look at this nigga. You soft ass nigga. You understand? I wanted to go all the way there with him. But then you stuck with insecurities before. You stuck with all that before. If you could spot it, you got it. How you gonna be self-righteous? You should have some compassion for that man. Only reason why you getting better, man, because you got 12 steps, man. You got something to guide you through this, man. You understand what I'm saying, man? That's what the program started giving. I don't even feed into that shit. Tomorrow, wave though, if you wave, you don't wave. One thing about this process right here, I can give you the power to change. So I'm trying to be today, man. I'm trying to be more God-centered than self-centered. Can't give you that power. Right? Got my son involved in wrestling, man. Things going good in this process, man. I'm getting it, you know what I mean? Let you know, man, out of nowhere, man, things took a sudden turn out of nowhere. You know what I mean? One thing about recovery, man, it's always ongoing, man. You know, I remember getting complacent in this process. You know what I mean? I had a good girl. She was slim and worked for the IRS, had a good job, all that shit. You know what I mean? Stopped getting complacent in my relationship. Wasn't doing the things that I used to do in my relationship, man. You know what I mean? Wasn't taking out like I used to, man. Wasn't spending time because I was too busy going across country helping the sick and suffering addicts. But I forgot the sick and suffering addict right beside me. You know what I mean? I started neglecting like some of my shit, man. You know what I mean? My son started to rebel because he wanted to be around his mother. You know what I mean? Things started happening, man. I didn't even see it coming. The 10th step say, man, we need to be vigilant in this process. You know what I mean? My sponsor tell me, Dean, we need you to do another 4 step. You know what I mean? Because you need to do some more work in order to keep peeling the onion, man. You know what I mean? But it's something about, man, when you caught up in your ego, you know what I mean? You just, man, you need that a 4 and 5 step, but you need it. What the fuck you mean? You ain't hear how I said that message? I got to do another 4 and 5th step. That's exactly why you got to do another 4 step. You know what I mean? Because you ain't got no humility right now. Peel that onion, man. You got some issues you need to deal with, man, in order to grow, man, in order to get better around here, man. You got some mommy issues you need to deal with. You got some little boy issues you need to deal with. You need to take a look at your self-centered you need to deal with. Right? All this shit start happening. Right? Old man that gave me the job, man. He bought my first car, man. He's like a grandfather too, man. He always been there for me. He got killed in a car accident, man. A FedEx truck T-boned him going to the bank to drop some money off, to drop some checks off, man. You know what I mean? When he hit it, I was devastated, man. They restructured the whole company, man. His daughters and them took over, man. You know what I mean? I had to restructure the whole company, man, when that happened. Right? They cut my hours back to 32 hours a week, man, for almost 2 years, damn it, 2.5 years, man. You know what I mean? I'm struggling financially, man, but I'm still acting like I'm living on 40 hours a week. You know what I mean? My bills start falling back. You know what I mean? I couldn't embrace my reality, man. You know what I mean? My son went with his mother, man. I was fucked up emotionally by that, man. My son was the closest thing I've had in my life, man. I had my son since he's doing it, man. I always kissed and loved and hugged my son and embraced my son, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't embrace that stuff, man. I found myself, man, for 15 years clean, man. You know what I mean? The disease is back up in the corner, man. You know what I mean? My defects was back up in the corner, man. Where I was rumbling for my life. Right? So last year, I made a point to surrender again on another level. Made a point to surrender. Started doing a 4-step again. In fact, I've done 4 through 8 this year. My sponsor. And started doing some work on myself, you know what I mean? And surrender, man. You know, I said, God, look, God, I'm going to take this whole check. Even if it's only 32 hours. I'm going to pay all the bills that I got. If all I got is $5 left, that's what it is. I had to make another 3rd step decision, man. Like, I remember paying all my bills, man. After I made that decision, man, all I had was $5 left, man. Come outside the gym, man. It was a big, thick wallet outside, man. When the wallet was sitting out there, as soon as I touched it, I knew the wallet was full of money. But something about, man, if you start working on yourself around here, man, you start blowing the dust off your spirit, man, the roads start getting a little bit narrow, man. You can't do what you used to do. I took the wallet. I took it up to the front desk. As soon as I done that, things started opening up for me. As soon as I got in my car, I'm talking about the commitment I got to have in my 3rd step, man. The commitment, man, to see this thing all the way out, man, to the very end. Right? Got in my car. As soon as I got in my car, within 10 minutes, man, somebody called me and said, then I got some side work you could do. I got some other work you could do. I got back to my regular job. We started working overtime again, man. Things started happening, man. You know what I mean? Things started opening up, man. You know what I mean? I started working side work. I'm doing 60 hours a week at work. I've been doing this for a year now. You know what I mean? Started paying up all my bills. You know what I mean? Start paying off some of my debt. I know how to get back on my feet, man. You know what I mean? Start paying off some of my debt, man. Credit score went back up. You know what I mean? Things started looking good, man. Still missing my son. I remember praying for God to put my son back in my life. Sometimes I just miss hugging my son, right? And I'm a shop steward, a little kid, he about 18 years old. They started working with us for a year, so he like talking a lot of trash to grown men, right? So one day, when the men took him outside and beat him up and knotted him up, he had 2 black eyes, knots all on his head, face all scraped up, man. His boy beat the shit out of him, man. Right. And I really only liked this kid, man. And when I seen him come back, man, there's a part of me would say, damn, man, what happened? You talk all that shit, you ain't get nothing in. You got beat up like that, man. What happened? I thought you was tough, all that shit you was talking about. But something about, man, when your spirit started guiding you, that's the spiritual awakening, man. We started talking about it, man. When your conscience started guiding you, man. You know what I mean? When God started working inside out, man, something in my spirit say, man, hug him, man. You know what I mean? Show him some compassion. And I just hugged him, man. I don't know where it came from, but I just hugged this kid. I don't like him, man, but I hugged him, man. Not only do we got a flame of fire desire in our cars, man, we do that shit out there too, man. I was out on Pulaski Pulaski and Ramsey Avenue, man. Meet one of my sponsees doing a side job. We'll be sitting outside the store, man. It's right in the heart of South Baltimore, man. One of us come through there, man. A little girl, man, had some playing time around and realized, man, I knew she was, man, because I go to a lot of meetings, man. And she know who I was, man. She walked up to me, trying to send me some socks, man. And I just hugged her real tight. And I gave her what I had, man. I said, we still got the lights on for you. Please come back, man. We love you. When I hugged her like that, man, that young girl started crying in my arms. Said, Dad, I had 7 months, man. I can't stop using right now. You know what I mean? And I just hugged her and held her, man. And Sterling grabbed her and hugged her, man. You know what I mean? He sat there, man, and talked to her, man, for 10 minutes, man. You know what I mean? Something about, man, you know, when God starts putting people in your life, man, you know what I mean? You got to tell nobody how much you recover, man. We can see the recovery in you, man. When goodwill starts to govern your heart, man, God will start governing your life. Right? So I hugged this little boy, and it was like intuition. 11 steps up, intuitively we know. Intuitively we knew, right? God said, that's not your son, but that's my son. That's why I want you to help. I ain't put your son in my life, in your life. I ain't put your son in your life, but I'm gonna put him in your life. Can you love him like you're your son? Can you embrace him? Can you be there for him? Can you take him to the gym? Can you show him unconditional love, man? Can you flame the fire of desire, man? Even when somebody caught him active addiction, man, just because they caught him active addiction, man, you know what I mean? That don't mean they don't want to stop using that desire to stop using, man. They just caught up in the powers of this disease, man. They just caught up in this driving force, this obsession, compulsion, man, to stop using. I heard a dude talking about, man, somebody use, man, I don't talk to him. Man, if you use, man, I'll talk to you, man. You did, because I can get to the point to where, though, I'm scared to hug you, something, catch what you got, and I already got it. That's the thing that binds us together, man. Only one bad decision for being there. I ain't forgot where I come from. I still go on treatment centers and all that shit, man. I was supposed to go to Chicago and speak on Saturday night. The pandemic shit, all I was supposed to go to a whole bunch of shit and speak bang beatings, man. And the pandemic shit, all that shit down. God said, I got somebody you can speak to. Go to that treatment center around the corner, right around the corner from your ass, and carry the message to them, man, and give them your phone number. And start sponsoring people again. That's what I've been doing. Even putting a whole lot of people in my life, man, whereas though I got a whole bunch of sponsees, man, from going to that treatment center with time, with not a whole bunch of time. You know what I mean? Tomorrow I got to go somebody first edition, you know what I mean? Do somebody 8 step and do a 4 step with the sponsor. They say we got to give them an order to keep it, man. You know what I mean? It's something about service work, man, that will anchor you through this process, man. When I'm doing service work, I'm grounded, man. I ain't going nowhere. I'm planted, man. I'm doing God's will, man. I'm helping people in this process, man. You ever sat back, man? I remember I was over Barbados. This motherfucking fellowship and took me all the way. Narcotics Anonymous, that's my seat. I couldn't recover no other way. Narcotics Anonymous, man, that's how I get down. Narcotics Anonymous sent me all the way to Barbados. I'm all the way over there, man. I'm the one that couldn't get past motherfucking Pulaski Street to Bright Street. Pulaski Street to Bright. Y'all flew me all the way to Barbados. I'm over there, man. I'm over at jet skis. You got American money. You can do pretty much what you want to do over there, man. I had American money over there, man. I flew the jet skis all the way to the middle of the ocean somewhere. You go to do that in Miami, they come get your ass. I'm all the way to the middle of the ocean. I'm seeing flying fish. I'm looking at the bottom of the water, man. Old ships snorkeling and like scuba diving, man. I'm all in the middle of the ocean, man. The pretty blue water. I can see to the bottom of the water, man. You know what I mean? Something about when you cut that engine off, right? You cut that engine off, man. It's about 100 degrees out there all the time, man. You cut that engine off, man. That breeze hitting your spirit, man. You know what I mean? You can see the water, and the only thing you see is sun, and you get the opportunity to meditate and understand where you come from. Then we know what God done for you, but what you doing for God? Who you helping in this process, right? So, listen, my life is pretty good, phenomenal, as a result of Narcotics Anonymous. I can't believe where it took me to. Thanks for letting me share.
Awesome, Dean. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right, Dean. Thank you, man. That was awesome.
Thank you, Bunny. Thank you, Bunny. I appreciate you.
Love you, man. Thank you.
Love you back. How
Yes,
you making
sir.
out?
Yeah.
Well, I'm good, man. We, like you said, man, just blessed, man, and just, you know, like you said, those moments, man, where you just understand, man, how much God has done for you, man, and you know, and we just keep on trying to give it back little by little, you know,
That's right.
as much as we can, man.
That's
So
right.
thank you for doing that tonight, man. Thank you for coming out and doing that tonight, man. You did that, man.
Man, thank you. Thank you for holding this event. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
buddy.
We appreciate
Yes,
you, and we appreciate the time that you take to come out and do that. It is amazing. Like the whole, you know, I was on the edge of my seat, laughing and crying with you the whole time. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
amazing. You know, this is, you know, you were talking about Zoom. Like this is the connection. This is the only connection we got right now, right?
That's right.
You know, it's like somebody described it to me like if your dope man, your regular dope man wasn't around, you weren't gonna sit around and wait for his ass. You just gonna find some other dope. It might not be as good as the dope you get from your dope man, but you're gonna be happy to get what you can, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Need some legs. Need some legs.
You know, we make it happen, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, you made it happen tonight for us, and we really appreciate that. You know, let's give you a hand. Yes.